Hello, my name is Joseph Hill. I'm a cardiologist scientist at UT Southwestern Medical Center in Dallas, Texas. And I'm very pleased to be a co-organizer of what we feel is a very exciting meeting focusing on immunometabolic mechanisms of heart failure. This will occur in February in Keystone, Colorado. Well, heart failure, which is a syndrome where the heart is unable to meet the metabolic needs of the brain and skeletal muscle and liver and the kidneys, is exploding around the world. And it is evolving, driven increasingly by what we call immunometabolic mechanisms. That is, mechanisms of disease that derive from obesity, hypertension, metabolic syndrome, and diabetes. And so immunometabolic mechanisms in heart failure is a recently discovered and rapidly expanding mechanism driving this syndrome, this pandemic around the world. And we're pleased to have a joint meeting with other investigators who also are focusing on immunometabolic mechanisms, but not so much on the heart and vasculature like us, but rather in cancer, other tissues, in the liver, in aging. So there's real synergy between these two meetings centered around immunometabolic mechanisms of disease. Well, the way we've orchestrated our meeting is to cover basic fundamental molecular mechanisms, but also translational mechanisms and clinical insights, where we will be bringing scientists who delve into fundamental mechanisms at the molecular level, who will be talking to doctors and vice versa. And that crosstalk across these professional groups, I'm very excited about. And I think it will inform parties on both sides of that fence, the clinicians who take care of the patients, but who typically are not trained to glean mechanism. Conversely, the brilliant PhDs who work on mechanism every day, but often don't know the clinical realities of the ever-evolving cardiovascular diseases. So bringing these groups together, basic, translational, and clinical, is our focus. And we also have people from industry. We have editors. I edit the journal Circulation. We will also be providing insights to early career attendees and so forth about all these other approaches to tackling these challenges, doing science, taking care of patients, editing journals, working in industry, all of these exciting different possibilities. It is our firm hope and expectation that this meeting will bring new insights to attendees that they may not have been familiar with, that we will emphasize, as I've said, the looking to the future. Where are cardiovascular diseases going? Not where they are now, but where will they be 10, 20, 50 years from now? And obesity, surviving cancers, living longer, all of those changes are going to be a major driver. And one of our strong emphases will be interfacing with early career professionals who are looking down the road at a 40 or 50-year career ahead of them and inspiring them to think about where these challenges are headed. In my view, there's never been a more exciting time to be a cardiovascular investigator. The tools that we have at our disposal, everything from iPS cells and CRISPR-Cas9, artificial intelligence and machine learning, incredible opportunities. The blockchain, I could go on and on, xenotransplantation. So we are equipped with many different ways in which to tackle this challenge. And I would be remiss if I didn't remind everybody that cardiovascular diseases are the #1 killer of men and women around the world. The face of cardiovascular disease is different in the West or in the East, in high-income countries and low and middle-income countries. It looks different, but yet it is still the #1 killer of men and women. One of the unique features of the Keystone format is the intimacy whereby thought leaders and speakers can sit down at breakfast with a graduate student or ride the chairlift up in the afternoon with a postdoc. And that that level of genuine human interaction is super fun, and it provides an opportunity for early career people who might not want to walk up to a famous person and ask him or her, some questions for advice. As I mentioned, we also have people who are focusing in other areas of their career, working at several people from industry, several people who edit journals like myself and others. So all these different facets of this multidisciplinary tackling of cardiovascular disease is a way for young people to be involved at the posters, sipping Chardonnay in the afternoon over posters, sitting down at dinner or at breakfast is unique and really wonderful. I will say personally, let me encourage you all to think about attending. Many of us have been to Keystones many times. They're fantastic meetings, super fun, super engaging and enlightening. And it's our hope that we'll be standing room only. We're hoping to have a crowd of people at this meeting. So think about it, sign up early if you can.